Hey folks, July 30th, almost end of the month. Took 7 trades on a few stocks here. REPL off the bat, 451. This was a 12-minute hold, and I cut out a lot of the consolidation there to spare you guys the pain. This was a losing trade for us. We thought it had an opportunity, but it didn't move much. Now, as I'm doing the video, it's somewhere around $7 and the aftermarket trading. So it looks like it just wanted to hang around there. And it's a thickly traded, uh, according to Thinkorswim, 77,000 shares. So it could be a little bit more than that. So it makes sense. But there wasn't much showing up. I think people were waiting for the Powell decision, the news. They were skeptic. They were waiting on reports on the economy, the GDP, and I think people were skeptic as opposed to yesterday. Yesterday there was quite a bit of volume coming in the morning, a lot more trades happening and moving. But I think today was just slow. So we hang on to it as much as we could, and then we just had to, of course, get out. And BGLC, it just showed up with some news, and it was starting to look like it wanted to move, so we jumped over. And we were actually at one point in both trades, both BGLC and the other REPL. And BGLC looked like it wanted to move. It had some good moves, but I was skeptical and only took very short positions, just because I didn't know what would happen. Though it eventually picked up, and we were able to recover some of the money. Overall, it was a losing trade for the day, and I'll point to it because I don't have video of the last 2 trades. So one of the things I noticed in the morning, 3 times the software froze, and a couple of other times the charts froze, but you could see the price, the bid and the ask on the watch list were moving, and they didn't sync up. And that has happened to me before. And now I don't know if it was, if it was Schwab, the internet, or I know it wasn't my system. One of the things I did is I turned the antivirus updates off while trading. That way, nothing interferes. So when I'm running Thinkorswim, there's nothing else running. Just absolutely Thinkorswim. I might have a couple of browser windows up and running. That's about it. So there was a little bit of money to be made here, but I was just skeptic, so I didn't jump in and add higher positions on higher shares. And you can see there, it begins to increase its spread down and up, down and up. Now, if you were in there for 200 shares, this would be a scary thing. So I stopped trading, and I was down like $6, I think, for the day. And I just stopped because I didn't like the hesitations, the high fills. On a couple of fills, I got filled pretty high up, and I don't think that was Schwab. I think it was due to whatever was the issue with latency. Um, so I decided not to continue trading, and I got up pretty early this morning around 3:30 Pacific, and as you can see here, it's 5:11. I'm trading, and I went back to take a nap, and but I couldn't get to sleep, and so I'm on the mobile on the smartphone, and I start checking, and I see that BGLC starts moving, and so does VWAV, and so I took a couple of trades on those, thinking that it was between 7 and 8 in the morning, and I'm thinking, well, what's going to happen is the people will wait for Powell to speak. It'll eventually run around 9 or 10. The market will pick up, and these two stocks are going to go way up to 10 or 12. Uh, I looked at it for about half an hour, and it didn't look that way. Instead, they dipped down, and so I lost another $12 amongst both of those stocks. So we wound up the day minus 19 and some change. We're still only minus 46 for the month of July. We got another day tomorrow to try to make that up and make it positive. But as I speak to you guys here, I went back and I checked for the all the other months of this year. I tell you, for the first 4 months, I was losing a lot more than 300 per month, and only in May and June did I start straightening out and really bearing down on keeping losses small. So in May, I lost only about 150, 169 in June. In July, I'm down to minus 46. So there is progress, and there is this market. So we're not in a definitely really, really bull market of the past, and where you have to be more careful about your entries and be more precise. And from last week to this week, I've learned that I'm going in a little too high, and so I need to be more patient even than I am being, and wait for that one stock that is going to provide me the opportunity for profit. I could sit and wait for a week and not may not get a stock, but there are a few stocks out there that are willing to give you little bits and pieces, and what you need to do is just wait for those pullbacks, because that's the only way you're going to earn a little bit. So my strategy for tomorrow is to try to see what's moving, uh, wait for a pullback, and try to jump in. If there's nothing that stands out at me because it's Friday, it could be a slow day, it could be a continuation of today, then so be it. We'll wait until next week. But hopefully, better times are coming in the following week. So as you can see here, BGLC was a long hold as well, and it was in consolidation here. There was no point in taking trades right here in this consolidation unless you had enough shares where you could buy those dips and sell right at the top of the dip there. But for folks that are just starting out, it's important to point out things to them for them to notice things and watch those things in their own trading. As you guys begin to, if you're a beginner and go on a simulator, the simulator is not going to give you the real feeling of live trading on the stock market. So when you get to the live trading portion of it, you need to be very careful and do just uh, like I'm doing here, one or two shares, and that's it. And it's only to test the water and to see how your judgment is with regards to a particular stock on a particular day at a particular time, because everything changes. So here, what we can see is the things we're looking at. The 5 minute looks good. It looks like there's a volume is up. The awesome oscillator says volume is going to stay up. The on the 1 minute, volume's dying down, and the MACD is trying to cross down below the line there, the gold line, and the volume is has skewed down, which means you might not get anything. Yet you see the stock in the chart moving up. And so those things can be a little deceiving. So you need to learn what to look for, because the strength of a stock will throw your technical indicators off. Excuse me. You have a technical indicator where the MACD says don't buy, and then the stock's moving up 10, 20 cents. It's happened to me before. Uh, I've set up resistance levels in certain stocks where I thought this stock will never get by here. It's just too high, and the stock just shoots right through it, uh, 30, 40 cents, even a dollar past it. Those things do happen. They're not happening now, though. What's happening now is there are battles. There are real battles for position. And so, especially in the pre-market, you have to watch yourself. What I like about pre-market is there's no halts. So if a stock's going to go up, it's going to go continuously up. Likewise, on the uh, opposite side of that, if a stock is going to go down, it's just going to go down. It's not going to wait for you. And if the interface or if you get some lag and some latency, it's going to be difficult to get out. And we don't choose those days. So on those days, it's just best to get out. So as you see here, the MACD was pointing to down, the volume was out, and yet the stock went up. I was still skeptic that it would go past this uh, high, so I didn't jump in. The great thing would have been to down it below at 665 to jump in with a few hundred shares and then collect your winnings up at the top, and it would have been a great day. But fear plays a lot. It's pre-market. We see a few double-digit bids on the level two, but not that many. And we've seen the pattern all last week and this week. Shoots up, get a red candle, and it flushes down. The other thing we're watching is the half hour and the top of the hour for news, because it's inevitable that here comes a stock that has news, and folks levitate to it and dump the one you're on, which is what happened to REPL. As soon as BGLC came on, it looked like they were both moving almost likewise towards the same price points, but eventually BGLC took over and moved on. I did not make it to market open. I stopped way before market open, and it isn't that I was disgusted or upset. I was fine with a $6 loss when I turned the interface off, the software off. But I just needed to get a little nap. Getting up early in the morning every day at 3:30, 4 o'clock, it does take a toll on you. Got to make sure you stay hydrated. Now through here, I did increase position a little bit, but only slightly, and only to get a little better price because I thought the fill was really awful. But it looks like these stocks are looking for longer holds, uh, where we're typically used to jumping in and holding something for only a few seconds and then getting out. Doesn't look like it's the way to go, at least temporarily for now. It looks like you have to jump in, and if you jump in high and the stock comes down and it goes back up, you can more or less recover. But what you have to do now is wait for those pullbacks. So the trading here is let's look at the pattern. You can see it on the 5 minute there. Big green bar with a tail whip, then couple of bars, one green, one red. The red, as soon as that red one is eaten up by the green one next to it, then we know it's moving up. Time to buy, go up. Got a few wicks up at the top. So then stop because it's going to begin to consolidate. So that's what the pattern looks like. And then on the 1 minute, it's almost identical. The nice big green bar with a wick at the top. You got a green bar, red bar, you got another little green bar, and then you got another green bar that uh, eats up that red bar, 2 bars before it, and you move up, and you got to sell at the top because what's going to happen is it's going to come down. So then it pulls back, and then you start moving up again, and now it's consolidating. So you have to let it consolidate as you see how the MACD is curving. Now the stock still looks good. You see all of the EMAs moving upwards at a nice 45-degree angle, but their volume is not there. The confidence is not there from the buyers, and therefore they're exiting out. So I didn't check. I didn't check BLGC how it was. It's almost a minute to shut down close time here on the West Coast. It's 4:59 p.m. Now here we are at 5:49 now, almost 6 o'clock, and you see how uh, it's decided to move up, and now there's more volume. It hits $8, and it looks like up at the top. I went back in only with 5 shares again. So now at this point, what I'm waiting for 5:10 is I'm hoping that between now and 6 o'clock, the stock will move up, and that nobody's is abandoning this stock for any news. What I'm trying to look at here to see what the pattern is, it looks like there's a nice curve there, cup and handle. And I think if it were any other market, it would have shot up. But trepidation has traders nervous, and the shorts are winning. With 5 shares, the loss is not that great. You can hold on a lot longer. If you had a lot more shares, it'd be worse. But 803 was a lousy share, lousy fill. Sorry. So both of these stocks were long holds. On BGLC, I took a variety of trades. On RELC, I think I only took one trade, and that one was over 12 minutes long. And I think the first BGLC was also 12 minutes long. And that means that there was a lot of indecision, a lot of consolidation in the stock. So there was money. There was money to be pulled out. It's just you had to be more meticulous, a lot quicker going in and out. And like I said, the software had some hesitation and some lag. It wasn't a good day to trade. But I'm not going to blame the software, the lag, or the latency. What it comes down to is the trader. And that's me. It's my responsibility. I am the one that is watching the charts. I'm the one watching time and sales level 2, and I'm the one that has to make the decision. I have to look at the resistance, and in the end, I'm the one who has to show the discipline and to be able not to buy at the top when when we know that what goes up is going to come down. I hear there was another opportunity. It's a good move up. It looked like the stock was dying and dead, yet here it goes back up again. But then that long wick again, and it falls back down. So hope you guys are do a lot better than I do, and hope you guys made some money this week and are positive for the month. I'm still happy. Like I said, I'm elated. $46. That's a walk in the park. I can go out in a day and do some work for a client and get that back really quick, right quick. And so now I'm looking forward to tomorrow, a new day, perhaps new stocks. I don't know if any of these will have follow through. Certainly, BGLC could be one. I don't see anything else on the scanner though that, at least not at this time. That could potentially be a possible candidate. So here at 5:55, 5 minutes to 6, and just like I said, right before 6, moving up, and there was an opportunity to catch a little bit of money here, so I wouldn't be so far behind. I think the first trade we lost like $15, and on BGLC, making $2, $3 here and there, we were able to recover and be within $6. So I'm taking this as an opportunity here to go to 9, but not sure. I think maybe if I would have held it longer, but like I said, the lag was just too much. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I had gone in here and bought 100 or 200 shares because it probably would have filled me at $9, and by that time it would be too late. I would have lost 50, $60. So I hope these videos are proving of some value to you. Hopefully, at least it's entertainment. I try to share as much as I can about what's going on with the stock as I'm in the trade. And it's a little easier to do the narration after the fact because you can actually take a look, and it's learning for me as well. While you're in a trade, you're paying attention to all these technical indicators and you're looking, but doing a video afterwards and narrating, you can see things that you didn't spot before. So I encourage you to record your trades and use them as visual aids in learning what you did right and what you did wrong, and what to look for the next time, because it does help. Learning how to trade is not a matter of weeks, it's not a matter of months. It can take a while. So, uh, and you have to show effort, and you have to show that you are moving up. I see it in me, simply because I am not losing as much as before, and I'm hanging on. So in a market like this, if I can hang on in a market like this, in a bull market, I'll be a lot more profitable. So when that time comes, I am prepared. If you can't survive this type of market, you're not going to survive anything. The last year, I think, uh, right, is it what, December? Things started to go awry, and the market was very awful. So it was in January, and it was difficult to trade. It's a lot better now, but it is still not the bullish market that we're hoping for. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you have questions, comments, things you like, things you don't like. Go ahead and put them down in the comments below and let me know. If I'll read them. I'll read them and I'll get to them, and I'll answer as much as I can. And if it's hate, hey, bring it on. Hold them much better. Uh, both good and bad are welcome. Both good and bad, hit the algo and help our videos move up. All right. Till tomorrow, guys.